It's been a long week of baseball between the Nats and the Marlins. Game 4 tonight. The season series is even at 6 games apiece. So who wins the series tonight? Nats 3 out of 4, or is it a split? Bob and FP, welcome to the ballpark. Another amazing night for Ryan Zimmerman yesterday. Every time he swings the bat now, it seems like he sets another team record.
I mean, he's having a fantastic season. That little cold spell, but with that leg kick thing, he's hot, he's cold, but when he's hot, he's white hot. Last night, just an awesome night. 4 for 4, a double, couple of home runs, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored. That was the homer the other day. He's got 3 games with multiple homers this year. If he hits 1, he hits 2. So when Ryan Zimmerman's hot, he's super hot. You go to July 30th against the Rockies, hit a couple of home runs. This one to right, then he rolls the wrist and hits one to left. So Zimmerman hot, stay hot. Bryce is going to get pitched to when Ryan's swinging it. Last night was fantastic.
Yeah, that's big for the middle of the lineup because they have to operate to Harper. Ryan is approaching his career high of 33 home runs back in 09, and I mean, he's even dropping him into the bullpen down the right field line. So he's been amazing. The numbers keep piling up, and now every time he does something, it's going to be a new record, whether it's homers, doubles, RBIs. You name it, total bases, Ryan Zimmerman's doing it all. Tanner Roark is a second-half pitcher throughout his career. Since the All-Star break in 4 starts, he's 3-1 with an outstanding ERA. So, here at home, he'll try to get the Nats a big series win. Game 4, seems like they've been playing the Marlins forever, kind of because they have. Roark and the Nats, straight ahead. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Very comfortable night here at Nationals Park. 31-23, the home record. Marlins have won 12 of their last 20 road games. Humidity is okay, 79 degrees. It's been cloudy for a couple of hours in this part of town. And here we go, 13th meeting of the year between these two clubs. Marcell Ozuna, he's getting it done. Runners in scoring position, 357. With 2 outs, he's even better, and that makes him the 4th leading RBI guy in the league. He actually has 4 RBIs more than his teammate Giancarlo Stanton. Last night, Gio won number 10. Tonight, maybe it's Tanner.
Hey, coming off a pretty good start. There's the arsenal for Tanner. Fastball averaging 92 this year, slider 86, curveball 76, changeup 84. 4-2 winner at Chicago last start. Gave up a couple of runs on 5 hits over 6 1/3. Struck out 4 Cubs. Threw 103 pitches in that one. Play ball.
Yeah, he'll set the defense for you in a moment. Bit of a different look for the Nats tonight. Run away right on time at 7:05 with a strike to D. Gordon. Gordon at 293. Counts even. 7 for 18 career against our starter tonight. Tanner against the Marlins. They know each other well. 20 games, 14 starts. And a ball hit to left in the air. That's where you want Gordon hitting it if you're the Nats. Adam Lind, 1 out.
A 160 on base percentage against the first batter he's faced in the inning over the last 30 days.
Wow.
So there you go. D. Gordon, 1 out. There's the defense tonight for the Nats. Lynn, Goodwin, Harper, the outfield. Defoe, Sanchez, left side. Murphy, Zimmerman, right side. Matt Wieters doing the catching.
So Anthony Rendon in this series 0 for 9. Gets a night. Get ahead fastball to Giancarlo. So we'll see Adrian Sanchez over at third. On the shift. Not much room between the third baseman and the shortstop. And then Murphy shading up the middle. It's pretty crowded with the umpire Manny Gonzalez out there too.
I think it looks pretty lonely on the other side. That's the way I see it.
Nobody wants to play anywhere near Ryan Zimmerman. At least for this hitter. 2-1. In the air to the right side.
Huh.
There's only one guy who can catch this ball. Well, maybe Roark if he had to. 2 down.
You have to call it.
Nothing like hitting the ball into the shift, huh?
Yeah.
CB Buckner, 22nd year, has the plate. Crew chief Field and Culbreth. There he is at first base. Manny Gonzalez and Ryan Addison, the call-up umpire, working their 4th night in a row together, and Christian Yelich will be the hitter with 2 outs. Nats have controlled him pretty well in this series. Been walked 3 times. 1 for 6. But speaking of walks, it's what he does against Tanner Roark. 8 career hits, 8 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, lefties over the last month against Tanner have hit 146. 7 for 48.
That's impressive. Yelich at 278.
That just tells me the front hip thing is starting to front hip, and
yeah,
that's when he's a rough go. His off speed has been real good. His tempo's been more relaxed. Getting a lot of ground ball outs. Here it comes.
Missed inside. And the 3-2 is foul. So for Tanner, 22nd start, 23rd appearance. Looking for number 10. Gio went right after his last night. Roark's been a double-digit winner in his career twice already, 15-10 and 14, and 16-10 last year. And he went off speed. Well, not really. 93 had some off-speed action to it, but Yelich took it. He's at first base with 2 outs. Marcelo Zuna is next. Roark, 48th walk of the year against 108 strikeouts.
I was talking to Christian Yelich yesterday, a day off, about the 2-2 game when he was on first base, and I said, I thought you were going to steal. He said, you know what, I got to start stealing more. So let's see.
Not trying to talk him into a caught stealing here, are you?
No, just telling you what he said.
He is 10 of 11. When he runs, he's pretty successful. And when he came up several years ago, before he had some knee problems, he was really fast. Still a young guy.
Pretty good percentage career.
21 steals. His first full year in 14.
StatCast powered by AWS.
And Tanner's slider way outside, 1-1. Ozuna sat out game 2 of this series. He's 1 for 8 against the Nats this time around. Having a monster year, 7th in homers, 4th in RBIs, 7th with that runner in scoring position number we showed you. Does not apply in this situation, and that is high. Ball 2.
And not where you want the slider ideally. Probably thankful Ozuna didn't swing.
Now that one appeared to be a strike for a while.
Well, just get through the first inning. That's usually when Tanner runs into a little bit of difficulty. That's a good slider right there. So good adjustment from the pitch before to that one. Tight, short, late. That's what he's done this year in the first.
Marlins have the 3rd highest batting average in the National League at 264. 8th in runs. 9th in home runs. Ozuna and Stanton have combined for 64 of their 136. Buzzing the outside edge with the fastball. So Tanner Roark, strikeout number 1. Bang! Top of the first. Over. At the ballpark, we'll see how the ball's carrying on an evening like this in the high 70s. Nats lead the league in batting average, runs, and homers. Adrian Sanchez has gone kind of crazy. 7 for his last 9, 9 for 16, and overall is a big leader. Big leaguer, he's 10 for 32. Then there's Wilmer Depot up there, who's 4 for 9 in this series. So those guys who can move around the infield and run, swinging the bat really well. 28-year-old Dan Straley.
He lost his last start. Lost his last 4 starts. 8-7 was last one against Atlanta on the 5th. 2 runs on 5 hits over 5 2/3. 7 strikeouts in that one. 94 pitches, 63 for strikes. So fastball, slider, curve, change. You saw it on the board. Fastball averaging 90 this year for Dan.
Has been known to struggle early in games before he gets it together. And the Marlins a little, well, I don't know. wondering because he was 3-0 with a 1.99 ERA. Final 5 starts into the All-Star break, and since the break he has scuffled. 3-0.
Scuffled with command and scuffled with the off speed. Get this stat. Opponents hitting .431 against non-fastballs over the last month against Straley.
Wow.
28 for 65.
His opponent's batting average is .242. First 2 months of the season it was down around .215, .220. He was one of the hardest guys to hit in the league. But that was early, and Goodwin goes deep early, but Yelich is in front of it, about 380 feet from home plate.
Marlins defense tonight: Ozuna, Yelich, Stanton, the outfield. Rojas, Dietrich, left side. Gordon Moore, right side, and A.J. Ellis behind the plate. There's A.J. Ellis.
Getting a start tonight, his first time behind the plate in this series. So Defoe hitting .274 now. He has scored 20 runs in his last 28 games, hitting .354. Every time the Marlins look up, he's been on base 7 times in this series. ID's the off speed, 2-1.
It's a great shot. Maybe we get that shot again of Wilmer holding the bat in his fingertips. I love the fact that he's a little guy, he's got some pop, but he still chokes up to feel the barrel through the strike zone. But he's holding the bat in his fingertips. Look where he's holding it. See that grip? What's the difference? I don't know. I always just felt like if you held it out there, you had better control, and you get a little more flex and whip in your swing if it's in your fingertips versus jam back in your palm.
Good take. 3-2. Nets looking for their first base runner. Sharply hit to the right side. Dee Gordon behind it. 2 down.
So this guy was out here this afternoon taking ground balls. And he was throwing. Watch. There's the jump throw. All the coaches got excited when he did that. That's why he's laughing right there. They're like, there he is. He's back. The jump throw. So good to see, right?
Yeah.
He's feeling so good. He jumped and threw. He didn't just throw on the ground. He threw in the air, and that's what Paul Lassard's looking for. When you can throw in the air, you're ready. I still got it.
Yeah. Being told that a couple of more days and he'll start gripping a bat, making some contact. It's great to see him on the field and in the presence of his teammates. Michael A. Taylor, by the way, stole 3 bags for Harrisburg at Bowie this afternoon. Guys on the mend. Bryce Harper has 4 hits in this series, 5 RBIs. So while he may be feeling for things to get him back where we know he can be, he is still finding a way to put the ball in play in big situations and drive in runs. This one's going to be a fly ball to short center, and Rojas the shortstop. 1-2-3, go the Nats. So a couple of pitchers that at times struggled early, looking good early tonight.
Nationals Park as we head top two. Tanner Roark didn't have the best first half to his season. ERA north of 5, but since the All-Star break, a 2.98 ERA for Tanner, much more in line with what we're used to seeing from him. Dusty Baker saying earlier today, as a player, you're almost never going to have a dominant season from start to finish, but if you can pick when to have your hot streak, you want it down the stretch. He said people don't remember how you started, they remember how you ended. And so for Tanner, first couple months, tough, but he said recently, guys, his confidence is sky high right now, back where it normally is. Dusty saying confidence is the key to everything.
Coons.com sideline report, over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Great stuff, Dan, and good stuff from Tanner Roark. It's like in basketball, it doesn't matter who's on the floor at the beginning,
right?
Who's around at the end to help you win.
That's like you and I have a couple good shows in September, and that's all they remember.
So we will be geared up for the final week of the season. Week 26 always huge for us up here.
Terrible for 5.5 months, and then lock it in.
Speak for yourself. It's all right. We get the point, and it's a really good thing for Tanner Roark. Dietrich, Moore, and Ellis. Tanner 20 pitches, first inning, 11 strikes.
What do we got on the back of the mound? Let's see. Oh, Jose Fernandez, 16. And something to the right, too. Sorry, that was my ADD just coming out, talking right in the middle of the pitch. But right there, there's something, too. Probably Dan Straley wrote it before the game.
1-2 count.
If he had Masson down there, he'd be Masson Dan Straley tonight.
Perfect. CB Buckner thought about it a second, punched out Dietrich, who froze, walks away, and we'll track it with Nisa.
Lots of run back to this. Watch. Starts off the plate, comes back. Dietrich thought it was low. And the strike 3 to Marcelo Ozuna, if you'd have seen it, it was way outside. Tanner's got a big zone to work with tonight, and he's the kind of guy to take advantage of it.
Why not? Here's Tyler Moore. Former Net came alive with a couple of knocks last night. He went 2 for 3. So in the series, 2 for 6. Batting average on the rise. He's over 230 now. 284 the last 19 starts for Don Mattingly. 1-for-1 career against his former teammate. We couldn't see it, but somebody made a great catch right below us. Tyler Moore around late. This one will be out of play down the line.
Join us in celebrating Dream Foundation Day on Saturday, August 12th, 7:05 p.m. as we recognize the charitable works of the Nationals Dream Foundation. Mystery grab bags will be available on the main concourse containing a baseball autograph by either Nats players, Dusty Baker. Proceeds benefit the Dream Foundation. Visit nationals.com.
2-2. And a ball rocked out to right center. Tyler Moore's 3 for his last 4. He'll rumble around the bag into second. Strong throw. Quite a throw by Brian Goodwin to get it back in. 1 out double, Tyler Moore.
Ninth double of the year for Timo. Brian Goodwin hustling over there. Did you see Bryce duck? And you never know if he pops off the bag. That's why you throw it in there. It looked like a sure double. Yeah, he beat it, but he got it there quick. And if he slides past the bag, you got yourself a cheap out.
There's A.J. Ellis, the catcher, batting 7th in front of Rojas. 20 hits and 90 at bats the entire year in 31 games. .239 career hitter in 9 years. Most of that with the Dodgers. A little bit with the Phillies last year. Tanner Roark, 4 outs, 35 pitches already. A couple of strikeouts, a walk. That heater looking pretty good. That one very near to being under the hands of the right-handed hitter. Counts 2-2. Perfect pitch was number 4. Reeders jumping to the outer half. And he got jammed on the pitch. Sanchez looks the runner back. 2 down.
Fastball's got a lot of movement. Slider looks good. Changeup check. And there you go. Runner on second, 2 outs. There he goes.
Down to first goes Miguel Rojas.
Do you pitch to him or do you walk him? It seems like Dusty's leaning toward the walk recently, and he was of the school that, hey, I want a 2-out inning next inning, but maybe he's kind of changed his philosophy.
So it's Dan Straley. Don't know if his career stats have anything to do with it, but he's 1 for 37 this year and 2 for 92 career. He's going to put the bat on the ball. Soft little roller. I'm over to Zimmerman.
I'm going to say, yeah, the stats had something to do with it.
2 stranded, and a Mazda do-up is Mr. Zimmerman coming up. Bottom of the second, RBI number 906, first time up last night. New record. He wasn't satisfied. He would knock in 4 more.
This very moment, guarantee the best available seats for next year, plus get access to this year's postseason tickets if the Nats make the playoffs. Anti-jinx right there. 2018 All-Star tickets and the Home Run Derby. So you'll have the Major League All-Star game here at Nats Park, season tickets, possible playoff tickets, Home Run Derby. Visit nationals.com/2018 today.
Here's Tim Wallach, who admires Ryan Zimmerman greatly. Inside the Numbers, brought to you by Jeep. So let's have a look at these two who played third base. Wallach most of his career, Ryan now converted over. Outstanding baseball man on the left. And having an outstanding year, the man on the right. Here he goes. One career at bat officially against Traylor. A solo homer. The other a base on balls. Got back into a couple of columns last night. The home run column, top 10 at number 7. The batting average column, 10th at 310. And extra base hits, 52 in the top 10 there.
He shaved. Hit 2 homers and shaved.
1-1. Locked up on a slider. Good to see Daniel back in the lineup tonight, number 5 hole behind Zimmerman. Played the first game of the series, went 0 for 3, 2 nights off. And another slider. Ryan probably not seeing that thing very well from Straley, who gets his first strikeout. He's retired his first 4 batters.
Yeah, I think, you know, as a hitter, when you have a 4 for 4 night and 2 home runs, they're probably not going to test him a whole lot tonight. You saw that at bat. You know, you can be a little less aggressive after you have a good night and get into some really good hitters counts, and then you still might walk 2 or 3 times. But it just feels so good to hit the ball to the park and hit it all over like he did last night. You want to do it again. So then you come up and you think, I'm going to have another good night. Well, the Marlins don't want to let you have another good night.
Right. Yeah, it could be a junk ball night for Ryan. Here's Murphy. Still 5th in the league with 131 hits and 1st in doubles with 35. 1-0 pitch, and he hits it well the other way to even things up. So the batting race, Charlie Blackmon, a recent surge, had a game-winning homer for the Rockies yesterday. He's at 333, 1 point ahead of Daniel. Justin Turner's at 348. Target in. Close to Adam Lind in the on-deck circle.
Trying him in. You see many times you got to get it in there against Murphy. If you miss an inch, inch and a half where the intended target is, it'll make you pay. Coming in again. Straley doing a nice job of keeping it in.
Wanted that one up, and Murphy goes up to slice it straight back.
Murph's in swing mode right now. He's letting it rip. Haven't played in a few days. He's itching for a hit. Got that pinch hit the other night. Remember, he lined out to short.
Yeah, really strafed that one. So pitch number 8 coming on the Mercedes-Benz pitch cast. There's a fair one, but it's popped into short right center. Yelich will make the call. Right next to Stanton, 2 down.
Order the Mac Scherzer special at papajohns.com. Get 31% off all pizzas with the codes Scherzer31. 10% will be donated to the Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. So that's cool. Order pizza. You know, I always say Max Scherzer is the only guy that makes me want to play again. But I would love to just sit in the dugout one day with him and just hear what he talks about during the game, because he's always talking to a coach, a player, and I think I would say 90% of the time it looks to me like it's serious. Like they're not just talking about the weather, or some fan in the stands, or something that happened in the clubhouse earlier, and just like hooting and hollering and yucking it up. It seems like he's always doing research and filling the computer up.
Max will go against Jeff Samardzija Saturday night. Giants in 2-0. Adam Lynn taking all the way. So Edwin Jackson, Max, and A.J. Cole, the Nat starters. Chris Stratton, Samardzija, and lefty Matt Moore Sunday for San Fran. They're already here, by the way. You probably know that.
I don't.
Kind of funny. Marlins in the same hotel with the Giants who've already arrived, and the Rockies are already in Miami waiting for the Marlins. One of their guys told me today, we're in the twilight zone. Everybody else is where they're about to play, and it's going to be a late night for them, but they've given us plenty of those. 1, 2, 3. Straley, nobody making any kind of hard contact yet. 6 in a row for him. Break brought to you by T-Mobile. So Jay Bruce goes to the Indians because they've got Mickey Brantley hurt, and also Lonnie Chisenhall is hurt, and they need that big bat in their lineup. Clint Frazier, Aaron Hill. Yankees dealing with some injury issues, and the Dodgers, look at that, 43-7. They're 80-33, 15.5 up on Colorado. So the third inning is underway. D. Gordon, kind of a routine fly ball out to Adam Lind to start the game. First time around the order, they went 1 for 7 against Tanner Roark with 2 walks, 1 intentional. Ball 2. And right up the middle for Miami's second hit. And D. Gordon's 132nd base hit of the year.
A good swing right back up the middle. Let the games begin at first. 40 stolen bases for D. Gordon. Tanner Roark going to have to keep him close. And this is where I think batting Stanton's second is genius by Don Mattingly, because you get a base stealer like Gordon on first. If you're Tanner Roark, you're thinking about him. You're also thinking about getting the ball quick to your catcher to give him a chance. And what's the best pitch to do that? A fastball. And we've seen Giancarlo with fastballs already in this series. He likes to hit them far.
Hasn't always had men on base in front of him. Of his 38 home runs this year, 24 are solos. He has enough home runs to be over 100 RBIs already, sitting 6th in the league with 83. Gordon started, and then after about 4 or 5 steps, put on the brakes.
You know, on top of that stance that you're looking at, keeping his front side closed, I think it's more intimidating, don't you? The closed stance, if you're a pitcher looking at that.
Interesting. You know, I guess if a guy's wide open, kind of look in there and say, okay, I've got the whole outside to get this guy out.
Yeah.
What do you have with this?
Yeah, you try him inside, just thinking, okay, I'm going to go in there because he's closed off. He can't get to that. He's shown us he can get to that. Covering the outside, and it just looks mean. I don't know why. It just does. Gordon's going.
Well, you talked about the old school stance that Stanton has turned to here. One of the best I ever saw was a Giant and a Cardinal, Orlando Cepeda. He went to right center as well as anybody, and it took him right to Cooperstown with power, doubles and homers. And, you know, if you tried to get him inside, he'd open up, and there it went that way, too. One ball, one strike. Since the home run derby, Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge have gone in opposite directions. Judge really struggling. Stanton is not, and that's his 13th home run since he was in the home run derby. 39th of the year to increase his career high. 85 RBIs, and the Marlins lead 2-0.
I mean, perfectly designed, right? Your 40 base stolen base guy gets on, then you give a fastball to Stanton. You see Matt Wieters getting ready to throw, and Stanton doing his thing, and this was a no doubter like most of Giancarlo's home runs. 2-0.
Third homer of the series. 6 RBIs attached to those blasts. And that's his 4th career home run against Tanner Roark. There's Christian Yelich, who walked first time. Nothing unusual there. Roark's now walked him 9 times in their matchups. So Giancarlo building an amazing season here. 1 home run from 40 with 50 games to go, including this one tonight.
And 3 from the franchise record, 42 set by Gary Sheffield in 1996.
Gordon, Stanton, Yelich, and Ozuna, very impressive top 4 in this lineup. 2-2.
talking about close stances, I remember all my baseball cards in the 70s and 80s. Everybody had a close stance. And then you'd finally see something like Brian Downing from the Angels, and he had an open stance. You're like, what is he doing? That looks so weird. He's open. What's he doing? And now, fast forward to 2017, and a guy like Giancarlo Stanton has a close stance, and you're thinking, that looks so weird. But it's working for him. Frank Menechino and Mike Pagliarulo closed him up to be able to cover the outside stuff. He can still get to the inside stuff, and yeah, it's working.
3-2 to Yelich with nobody out. This will be out of play. Way inside, and for the 10th time in their matchups, Yelich walks against Tanner Roark.
There's a homer again, fastball belt high. And here's some StatCast on it. What do you got? 422, optimal launch angle 25.7, 104.1. StatCast is brought to you from Fios by Verizon. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. Go to getfios.com today.
Yeah, we've seen Giancarlo for several years now. I've never seen him any better than he is right now.
I think that's his 19th home run in this ballpark, and that's the most hit by any visiting player in Nats Park history.
Yeah, that velocity nowhere near some of his hardest ones of the year. Ozuna now ahead in the count. Here's the 1-0, and he was trying to make it 4-0.
Remember last year when we were at Marlins Park, remember Barry Bonds working with him early in the cage? He was struggling so much, just trying to find his swing, his stance.
Yeah.
Barry was actually jumping in there and swinging, kind of demonstrating for him.
Runner going. Yeah, he was really scuffling. The Nats went to Miami for the first time last year. It was about the third week of April. Giancarlo Stanton was hitting .205 with 2 home runs.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, that night he hit one the other way, drove in a couple.
And the other funny thing is, Barry Bonds isn't there anymore.
When the Marlins came here in the middle of May, he was up to 250. So he was on the road back, and I mean, he's just going beyond everything this year. Ended up last year at 240 with 27 and 74. 1-2 to Ozuna, and they're fouling a bunch of pitches off tonight. Really giving Tanner Roark a high pitch count here in the 3rd inning, where he has nobody out, and he's now thrown 57.
Apologize to Barry. He didn't hear me anyways. He's riding his 10-speed somewhere.
One-two pitch, high and tight. Yelich, pretty good lead. 2-2 pitch. He's holding. Off speed. Gets the grounder. Defoe. Murphy. And Daniel not able to get a whole lot on the throw. Ozuna easily beating the relay. 1 out. Good pitch though by Tanner Roark to slow down Ozuna's bat. Derek Dietrich on a call he didn't like under his hands. Struck out first time on a heater. That time Roark goes change up away to get ahead.
Fastball in, fastball away, slider, curveball, step off, reset, do it again. That was the first sign Matt Wieters gave. Fastball in.
And Dietrich gets under it to right. Hit it pretty well. Bryce Harper in front of the track. Out number 2 and back to first base Ozuna.
All right, Giants are in town right now. They're watching their hotel room, but they'll actually be here in their uniforms tomorrow night. So 7:05, 7:05, 1:35. Great weekend of baseball. Giants in town. Great weather. So come out to the yard. Visit Nationals.com for tickets. Tomorrow night is 90s night. Went to buy a wig today. It was $80, so I said forget that. Didn't know wigs were that expensive, Bob. I don't know how much yours cost, but the one you're wearing right now.
I don't know. I've had it for a long time.
Yeah, it looks good.
And this one popped up on the infield. That'll help. A 1-pitch out. Defoe approaching it. And Tanner Roark suddenly gets 3 pretty quick outs. Matt Wieters will lead off. Bottom 3, and on the Stanton blast, the Nats down by 2.
Off for the Nationals. Wieters' offensive numbers this year down a bit, from his past years, but had that enormous grand slam in the 8th inning on Sunday in Chicago to lift the Nationals to a win, and said afterwards that he's been tinkering with some stuff from the left side of the plate the past few weeks. And hitting coach Rick Shue told me the other day they've been trying to simplify Wieder's left-handed swing, make it more like his swing from the right side, which is less complex. Shue telling me they're trying to get him to use his legs a little more and stay behind the ball, saying that he'd been kind of sliding towards the ball a bit. Wieters and Shue hoping that a big day Sunday from the left side means he's coming around. Hasn't gotten a lot of at-bats from this side the last few days, guys, but hoping to lock it in.
Couple of walks, an RBI, 1 hit in the series. Coons.com with Dan's sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Nats looking for their first base runner here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, being on your legs more, for those of you that don't know, just kind of like bending your knees a little bit, feeling your legs underneath you. I think it might be harder for a catcher this time of year to even have legs to feel. But if you get kind of locked out with your legs, you have a tendency to drift. Maybe glide toward the pitcher. But if you're kind of set your base, not like Daniel Murphy, that's the exaggerated bend your knees and get on your legs, but just a little flex in your knees. So now your base is more stable. You know, when you stand up straight, you have a tendency to kind of glide toward the pitcher and get off of your legs. And then you're just kind of an upper body torso swinger and you don't have as much pop. So 1, it keeps you back. 2, it helps you use your legs. Keeps your head still. All good stuff.
It's a good baseball man, a good hitting man right there. Rick Shue. Right now engineering the Nats league leading offense, and Wieters on a little tapper right behind him. Counts 2-2. Sanchez, a .313 major league hitter, is on deck.
But you know, a catcher of all players, you know, do you have legs in August and September?
Yeah.
And the thing about it too is if you're going to hit on your legs, you have to practice hitting on your legs. And when you practice getting into your stance and flexing your knees, it's almost like doing a half squat. So imagine getting in the cage like Murph, and you can see the bend in Matt Wieters' knees right now, and taking all those hacks, those practice swings, your legs start to burn.
There's a nice stroke out to right center.
And there goes the no-hitter. Big leg kick. The swing. By the way, did you see Bryce the first time up? We're going to talk about it when he comes back around. He had a big Ryan Zimmerman leg kick that I've never seen before. We'll see if he does it again. Nice swing by Matt Wieters. There's your first knock of the night.
The way Sanchez has been going, he's got some holes on the infield thanks to the runner. CB Buckner is going to call that a strike on the inside edge. So 5 for 7 in this series, 7 for his last 9. And he's going through that early part of his big league time, seeing all these pitchers for the first time at this level. Here and there you'll face a guy you might have seen AA, AAA, or even below, but first time around, and he's doing quite well. 1-1, target moves outside. Eight o'clock at the yard. BCFP DK, bottom of the 3rd on Masson. And Giancarlo Stanton's home run, the difference in this one right now. Nats trying to build an inning at the bottom of the order here. Sanchez will go upstairs and not able to make contact with the off speed. Nissan will cast it out number 1. Everybody charging hard for Tanner Roark's bunt attempt. Tyler Moore designs on catching that on a fly, but to his left, unreachable.
It's a tough situation for Tanner with Matt Wieters at first base. Not an easy guy to bunt along. Sometimes you think about pulling it back and slashing right here past an infielder. Those guys crashing and playing where they are, it's going to be hard to get Matt to second.
Yeah, and Tanner has to be quick to first as well if he lays one down right at somebody. Charging hard. They'd love to turn two on a play like that. Hard to do, but it happens with catchers and pitchers. Pulled it back, and the pitch was low, 2-1.
He's looking, is the bunt still on? Are we going to hit and run? Do I get to pull it back and hit it by somebody?
Now that's an excellent bunt. 3-4, Tyler Moore to D. Gordon. Well done. Tanner Roark's sixth sacrifice of the year.
Nicely done. There's nothing like a bunt replay in Exmo. Pretty cool though, right?
I love it.
Good form, bat out in front. Catch the ball with the bat like it's a glove. Deaden it because you have to.
Well, that's a chance to chip away here. Brian Goodwin, fly ball to fairly deep center first time. Looking for RBI number 29. That slider is going to come around and get the outside edge. First time through the order. Nationals go 1 for 8 with Wieters' single and the sacrifice. And they have really knocked in runs in situations like this against the Marlins, along with the rest of the league. 303 for a team is amazing as we approach the middle of August. Good idea on the off speed. 2-1, and the ball sitting right behind the feet of A.J. Ellis. Look at that sky. Beautiful night. Actually saw some sunshine in the upper deck down the right field line as we got through the first couple of innings. Skies clearing up here tonight. Game number 113. The Nats' 55th home game of the year. They have played 58 on the road, so sometime this weekend they'll have as many home games as road games remaining.
So there's only 26 more home games?
Yeah, how about that?
26. It's going too fast.
Yeah, I think once we get to the All-Star break, things just start flying. (3-1) with 2 outs, and Goodwin unable to get it. There's been some guys swinging at that high slider, and they haven't been able to make contact. (16 of Bryant's last 22 hits have been for extra bases, including a double last night. He's going to line one to right, but Stanton to his left, able to grab it. The Nats get their first hit, strand their first base runner. On to the middle innings now. 2-0. All-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Beautiful All-Star Game logo. It's only 11.5 months away now.
I'm ready for it. And I think Giancarlo Stanton's my favorite. He likes to hit here. Think you can hit a home run like Giancarlo or Bryce or whoever? Zimmerman, try your luck at the free Cox Virtual Home Run Derby at the bullpen. 1201 Half Street if you don't know where it is, prior to each game against the Nats or against the Giants this weekend.
Top four, Tanner Roark, 64th pitch. A good looking curve, and looked like Matt Wieters did a double take. He thought that was a strike. A.J. Ellis bouncing ball to Sanchez at third. First time up. This time a hotter shot over to Defoe. Zimmerman stretching. And 4 in a row for Tanner Roark. Rojas and the pitcher Straley the next two. Look at that. Out over northern Virginia toward the Blue Ridge Mountains. Just beautiful.
Gorgeous sunrise. The reason I said sunrise, you know why?
I have no idea.
Because I woke up this morning with a headache. Thought I was taking an Advil liquid gel and it was a NyQuil. I'm still half asleep.
Oh boy.
It was right by the Advil liquid gel container in the drawer, sitting there. It was a green pill. I thought, oh yeah.
That explains a lot.
I'll take it. Next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock.
Rojas Murphy waiting and timing his jump just right. 2 down.
Yeah, it's a changeup. Sometimes those are tough for an infielder. I think it's hit hard. You start to jump, it's not there yet, and you have to regroup, reload, and do it again. Nice play.
Dan Straley bouncing ball early in the count to Sanchez. Got Tanner out of a 2-on, 2-out situation in the second. And this soft ground ball to the right side for Murphy. Tanner Roark gets exactly what he needed. At this stage of the game, a 7-pitch 4th inning. They're really racing tonight. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance.
Big Ten night.
Visit geico.com, see how much you could save. It's our Geico President's Race. And it's just a suggestion on my part, as we might see the whole race for the first time ever. Don't drop the tape before the presidents get there. We'll show you why in a second.
Who won?
They gave it to Tom.
Good.
George led all the way. And for Jefferson, 21. Abe has 17. George has 16.
Well, there was no Michigan president in the race. I guess it would have to be President Ford if it was a Michigan.
I mean, they both got a leg in there.
And the smart school wins.
Good luck with your headset the rest of the night. There are technicians in the truck who control us up here like robots, who have fierce loyalties to their college and teams.
Go blue. That's all I can say.
Defoe, Harper, Zimmerman, bottom of the 4th. Wilmer ground ball to D. Gordon first time. Dan Straley, not a low pitch count, 54 through 3, but effective with only 1 base hit given up so far. Bunch of contact outs. And the ball that Brian Goodwin hit ending the 3rd, the hardest of the night so far. This will be a 2-hopper to Gordon. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep as Bryce Harper strides to the box. Multi-home run games. Ryan Zimmerman checking in with number 5 of this season. Giancarlo and Cody Bellinger, the league leaders. And again, because of a kind of a quirky schedule, the Nats will not see the Dodgers in this ballpark until mid-September. Dodgers will be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, September 15, 16, and 17.
So he went back to his old stance this time after the first time. Maybe you missed it, but he had a huge leg kick.
That ball scorched down to Tyler Moore. 2 down. Zimmerman next. So Straley, 11 of the first 12 retired. One to Ryan. Hard hit to his left. Rojas. So Straley, a very quick inning as well. Roark 7 pitches. Straley 9 in the 4th.
Friday. That's brought to you by Dominion National, providing innovative high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Smile! It's almost Friday. Thursday's a good day too. Don't shortchange Thursday, right?
Not at all. On a night like this, it's beautiful.
Thursday's a great night.
Top of the 5th. Here's D. Gordon leading off for the 3rd time. Based it up the middle 2 innings ago, just under the glove of Tanner Roark, right in front of the Stanton 2-run homer.
I mean, you can't let the guy on deck beat you anymore. You just can't. There's certain guys at certain times that you just avoid completely, and right now Giancarlo's in that category. Had 3 home runs in the series before this. He's got 3 home runs in this series, and he's an all-star that's on fire. So you make somebody else beat you. It's what you do. We've seen it happen with Bryce. We've seen it happen with Murph. We've seen it happen with Ryan. That guy can't beat you anymore.
Bolts the outside corner. And D. Gordon freezes. Walks away without a word. Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
Good pitch on the black. Take it. Tough one to reach if you're D. Gordon. Tanner Roark loving it.
Sounded like a busted bat, and that's Murphy. Left field side of second base on the shift. 2 down.
I think Murph just said, I'm the shortstop, if you read his lips. Good pitch, slider down and away. I don't think Tanner had any intention of throwing him a strike, and Stanton forced the issue. Big out.
Christian Yelich has walked twice. It's a curve on 2-1. And now a pitch away from walking Yelich again. Pulled the string on him. That was a beauty.
Yelich geared up for Ader, dropped the changeup on him. See if he repeats here. 3-2. On the fingertips. Look at that. Holding it like an egg.
Christian Yelich has now walked 11 times in his career against Tanner Roark. So that's first base runner since Yelich last time around.
Although I never got that holding it like an egg thing, because whenever I've thrown an egg, I haven't held it like that. I hold that sucker like a fastball and let it rip. Right? I mean, if you've ever thrown an egg, you don't hold it like a changeup. You hold it like a fastball. Not that I condone throwing eggs, but I may or may not have thrown a few in my day.
Halloween comes to mind. Other than that, I'm kind of out of ideas.
Baseball players, we grab stuff and throw it. It's just how we do it.
Ozuna 0 for 2 tonight. Called out on strikes in the first. Fielder's choice grounder. 6-4 in the third. That ended up being a one-handed swing. A ball and 2 strikes.
Way out in front. Good action on the curve. Fastball up. See if they do it again even higher.
And the slider fouled by Ozuna to stay alive.
I'll tell you, Marcelo Ozuna feels bad that he fouled it off Matt Wieters. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And they're laughing about it, talking about it. He's sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that. You all right? Good dude. Real good dude. Danger of throwing that high fastball. There's a little in-between zone between the top of the strike zone and above the letters. If you go to the top of the strike zone against a guy with 26 home runs, it could be 27. So you want to get that high fastball with 2 strikes right above the Miami or at the Miami on his jersey. It's kind of where you're thinking ideally. And if he chases it up there, it's going to be tough for him to get on top.
Good battle here. Fastball.
Swinging.
Actually a changeup. Had a fastball look, so he struck me out there. And that's why Ozuna was so far out ahead. I mean, his changeup looks just like a heater. And then the difference of, in that case, 8 to 9 miles an hour.
I don't think you have to throw a strike here. Something that looks like a strike that's not even close at the end would be ideal.
That ball hit hard out to left center. Goodwin has to cut this to keep Yelich from scoring. So he checks in at third on the double by Ozuna. 2-out offense by the Marlins here, trying to increase their lead. Good play by Brian Goodwin out there.
Great changeup, but he's swinging right. And Matt Wieters going down the backhand. But that's a good at-bat by Marcelo Ozuna. And Brian Goodwin just saved a run. That gets by him, or there's a bobble there. Yelich scores, so second and third, 2 outs. And who do you want to face, Derek Dietrich or Tyler Moore? 111 on that double by Ozuna. First base open, 2 outs. That's why Mike Maddox is out there. Who do you feel comfortable with, Tanner? What do you want to do here? You want to face Dietrich, see if he'll chase, if you kind of tease him with some 0-2 pitches, or would you rather go right on right with Tyler Moore, who has a double already tonight on deck? I think they're walking him. Not even messing around.
Bases loaded.
There's the intentional walk.
Tanner Roark, 5th walk of the night, 2 intentional, and then the other 3 to Christian Yelich.
Oh, Tanner wanted to do that. He doesn't look happy right now, does he? This is a calm me down trip by Matt Wieters. It's like we just talked about throwing him curveballs in the dirt, and then you get back there and we walk him. You know, maybe Mike Maddox didn't like the conversation out there, felt he'd rather go right on right, told Dusty, and Dusty said 4. Something like that happened.
The ultimate decision, the skippers. Tyler Moore double to right center first time. Pop up to short, right behind the mound second time up. And the first pitch slider to get ahead.
You know, the danger of making Dietrich fish for balls in the dirt there is the runner on third. So you go unintentional, intentional right there and hope that Dietrich swings at a bad pitch. Well, if you have confidence in your catcher blocking those balls and keeping Yelich at third, you do it. If not, you don't want to take that chance. You just go 4 wide or whatever they just did, the new intentional walk, and you pitch to the right hand.
0-2. That time he threw the changeup near where the strike 2 fastball was, right in on Tyler's hands. Right now with the offense very quiet against Dan Straley through 4. Every 90 feet big. Nats are down by 2. Tanner trying to keep it that way with Murphy, Linden, Wieters coming up. Close. Tyler Moore started the bat. Stopped in plenty of time. Then the question was, where was it? This has now become a 25 pitch 5th inning. And Moore popping it up. Straight back and well over the screen.
It's not an easy play.
No.
I think it takes some heat from his buddies, though, for that right now. Good try.
This one to short. Defoe to Murphy. Tanner Roark, a lot of pitches, but out of the inning. He has bended a little bit, but is not broken. 2-0. Oh, 1-0 Nats on the Matt Wieters leadoff single, 3rd inning. Tomorrow night, presented by Budweiser, come as you were, 90s night here at the Yard. Celebrate the music, movies, and TV shows of the 90s. Dress up if you dare. Enjoy a pregame concert. White Ford Bronco playing. Nats Giants, first pitch 7:05. Nationals.com to check it out. Edwin Jackson against Chris Stratton, 26-year-old second-year pitcher for the Giants tomorrow night. Murphy fly ball to center first time after he fouled off a bunch. 0 for 4 in this series. Dan Straley, that was his 64th pitch. Breaking ball in on Daniel Murphy's hands. Shortstop over there, Rojas, to call off Dietrich for the first down. So that's 13 out of 14 for Straley to start the game. Comebacker for Adam Lynn, first time.
I mean, that's been the pitch for him tonight. That changeup has been filthy. Watch this. The bottom's dropping out of that thing.
Yeah, that looks like a splitter the way that thing's dumping down in the dirt. Nissan on the pitch cast. 1-2 now. Adam Lynn 285 as a starter this year. This is his 38th game starting, either at first base or in left field or DH. Done that a few times. Fair ball, easy for Tyler Moore. Soft contact continues from the pitching of Dan Straley. Only man who salved him stepping into the box, Matt Wieters. Wieters' career, and it figures he would have the hit, right? He's 6 for 7 career, 2 homers, 4 RBIs against Dan Straley. Slowed down his bat with, guess what? The changeup. Christian Yelich. 15 out of 16 for Straley. 2-0 Miami. Giancarlo Stanton, his swing, third inning, the difference. And when you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Brigham Hill, first year as a pro, out of A&M, 5th rounder by the Nats. He's 22, 6 ball games, a 3 ERA, strikeouts to walk, good numbers.
A little known fact, that was a Civil War battle, the Battle of Brigham Hill.
I heard he could bring it.
Yes.
Good fast.
I mean, look it up, kids, and tell your teachers when you go back to school. The Battle of Brigham Hill.
And tell them FP turned you on to that.
Lost a lot of good men that day.
Ellis, Rojas, and Straley. You'll get more analysis when he gets control of himself over there after that one.
Sometimes I kill myself.
A.J. Ellis has pulled a couple of ground balls. So Tanner Roark, 1 short of 100 in his 6th inning. Sammy Solis up and throwing. He's been busy lately. Matt Wieters held it there a moment. Thought he might get a call on the outside edge. Marlins box score. Big blow, Stanton after the Gordon single, third inning for the 2-0 lead. Christian Yelich has been walked by Tanner Roark 3 times. Doubles by Tyler Moore, second inning. Ozuna in the 5th. Really the extent of their offense. 2-2 pitch here. Another ground ball. On the charge, Defoe on the run. And Zimmerman makes the tag because Ryan wasn't sure where the bag was when he was coming down. Outstanding play by Ryan Zimmerman.
Yeah, Wilmer kind of caught in between launches this one. Look how high that is. Look at Ryan get up, fully extended, plenty of time. A.J. Ellis, a catcher, and you see the release point. A little help from your friend at first never hurt.
Here's Rojas, who's been walked intentionally. And last time he lined out to Daniel Murphy. This one in the air to right center. Goodwin or Harper. Bryce. Ball coming back to him, 2 outs. So Tanner at 104 pitches due to bat second, bottom 6. Could be the end of the line for him. If it is, he will have finished pretty strongly.
He's been strong all night. He made one mistake pitch to Giancarlo Stanton, a fastball belt high with a lot of plate. Other than that, he's been great.
Straley, 2 bouncing balls. That's it. So Tanner Roark now hoping his teammates can get him off the hook. Sanchez the pitcher spot, and then Goodwin straight ahead. Jackson takes him on tomorrow night. And in 23 career games in this ballpark, Edwin is 8-7. Good ERA, coming off a strong outing against the Cubs. Nats will, for the first time, see Chris Stratton, a 26-year-old in his second big league season, parts of 2 years. He's 0-2 with a high ERA. So that'll be the first of 3, Saturday night game and Sunday afternoon.
That's great. Both taking a bite out of cotton candy at the same time. Sharing is carrying. RBI Baseball 2017 is out now for Xbox One, PS4, iOS, and Android. Enjoy fast-paced pick-up and play MLB action packed with all your favorite teams, players, and ballparks. Your breakout MLB season is here. You better come ready to play. Learn more at RBI.com. Hey.
Tanner Roark is on deck after 107 pitches. That's a fair ball by Sanchez. 8 for his last 11 now on a perfectly placed over the bag bouncer. And Goodwin comes out, so Tanner walks toward the batter's box to try to move him over to third.
Talking to Dusty Baker today around the cage about Adrian Sanchez. He just loves this kid. He said he's just such a gentleman. He comes to play every day. You know, the knock on Adrian was maybe his strike zone was a little bit big in the minor leagues, but up here he's done such a good job of swinging at strikes, taking balls. He's played great defense wherever you put him, and he's white hot right now. So Dusty Baker really, really, really likes this guy. He thinks, hey, he paid his dues and now's his time.
Tanner Roark, outstanding bunt last time. We're charging hard from the corners. He moved Wieters to second. This time trying to move Sanchez, who's much faster, to third.
Yeah, that's where you want to bunt it. You got Tyler Moore crashing at first. Dietrich has to hold his place right there because of the runner on second. So ideally, bunt it hard to third, and you get the job done.
Self-defense. 1-1. Nats box, 2 hits now. Matt Wieters, 6 for 7 career with his hit in the third. Never made it beyond second base, and now Sanchez here in the 6th with a leadoff double. IDs the pitch high, 2-1.
Saw Miguel Rojas flashing in the background, trying to keep Adrian Sanchez close. What Rojas is trying to do right there is to get Bob Henley to screen back. Then you get the runner jabbing back towards second base while the bunt's laid down. It gives you a better chance to get him at third.
That's great. Pitcher has 1 play, and that's to the second baseman. 1-4, and Tanner Roark, 2 outstanding bunts tonight.
Nicely done.
Arlene Garcia, one of their 2 lefties. And Goodwin in swing RBI mode off to the left.
Go ahead with Jeep inside the numbers. There it is. Consecutive home games with extra base hits. Adrian Sanchez just did it. I was wondering about that.
That's an RBI and a hit to boot. D. Gordon might have gotten a piece of it, but that thing ate him up. And the Nats are back to within a run on the board here in the 6th. And for Brian Goodwin, RBI number 29.
Third knock of the night leads to a run. So get him on, get him over, get him in. The Nats have been doing this very well lately. Good swing by Brian, going down, getting that low pitch. Another barrel to baseball. Good try by D. Gordon. If you're wondering why Dusty Baker hit Tanner Roark, I think I know. Number 1, he wants to maybe get a win out of this because he's pitched real well tonight. Number 2, his bench is short. You know, Howie Kendrick's got the bad back. He likes to give guys days off when they have days off, and Anthony Rendon the whole day off. So that leaves him with Stevenson and his second catcher. So get a guy up there, bunt him over. Don't want to burn your bench in the 6th inning of a close ball game, just in case you're wondering.
Yeah, and then Tanner contributes mightily with a great bunt. Harper on deck. Here's Defoe. Counting the sacrifice bunts, 12 infield outs by Straley tonight. Nobody's really been driving the ball against him. Brian Goodwin just got a big piece of that one. Another throw over, and that bounced into Tyler Moore's mitt. Brandon Kinsler is up. Goodwin running. Pitch was off speed, so he's there, and he managed to stay on the bag. Brian Goodwin, 5 out of 5, and A.J. Ellis made it close. Mattingly wants to have a look.
We're going to see if he came off the bag while the tag was on him. Good jump by Brian. And did he ever become disconnected with the bag? I don't think so. This will show you. Nope. He was fully connected.
No challenge. Tying run at second. But Defoe's going to pop it into center.
So Bryce or Zim, who do you want? Put the go-ahead run on to face a guy that hit 2 home runs last night, or do you pitch to Bryce Harper in a 1-run game?
And if you pitch to Bryce, maybe it's because the changeup's been so good all night.
This is so good right here. What do you do? You remember the IBM presents You Make the Call in Monday Night Football? I used to love that. What do you do? What are you doing, Don?
'86 RBIs, 81 on deck.
Do you throw changeups in the third here and see if he forces the issue?
He forces that one out toward the scoreboard, and this game is tied on a Harper extra base hit. RBI number 87.
Well, I mean, give Bryce Harper credit for not overthinking it. I mean, you're thinking first base open, right-hander on deck. They're going to try to soft me right here in the third. He's ready for a first pitch fastball. Out over the plate, almost hit it out of here. We've seen this before with Don Mattingly. He's pitched to Bryce Harper in big situations with a base open.
'57th extra base hit on Harper's 27th double.
That was clutch.
Now here's Ryan Zimmerman.
Excuse me, Carp. Give Bryce a lot of credit for being ready to hit right there and not just seeing what they're going to do to you.
And by the way, that's another hit for Harper with a runner in scoring position, putting his average in those situations up around 350. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 2 tonight. So Tanner Roark's off the hook. It appears Kinsler is going to be the new pitcher. And maybe A.W. sitting out there with some more 2-out lightning here. Yeah, pretty typical. Third time through, he has struggled. So the Nats, third time through the lineup, 2 for 3 here.
Tanner looking for a W, or a possible W, right here, right now.
Murphy on deck, and with a left-hander ready, is this it for Straley?
Only pitch number 88 coming from Straley. Green light situation all the way right here.
3-0 slider.
Mucho respect.
Walked him. First walk of the night issued by Straley.
So decision time, and here comes Donnie Baseball to make a change.
And no way Straley's going to face Murphy here. So they'll get 5 2/3 out of him. And he was shutting down the Nats all night long until Sanchez got this inning going with that leadoff double.
He's upset about that last pitch to Ryan Zimmerman. He thought it was a strike.
Jiffy Lube pitching change. Choose a winning team for your vehicle. Jiffy Lube for value and convenience. Log on JiffyLubeDC.com. Here's Garcia. In the bottom of the 6th, as Daniel Murphy awaits Arlene Garcia. 50th game, 3.5 ERA. And looking at the 24-year-old's numbers this year, 29 hits in 39 innings, so at times hard to hit.
Pretty big fastball, thought an arm side run at 94, sliders 84, occasional change at 87.
Daniel Murphy in the series 0 for 5. Has never faced Garcia. On deck Monday night when the lefty threw his last pitch of the game. And that's way upstairs.
Huh. Is that good?
That's amazing. 10th in the league with 76 RBIs. And Murphy this year 425 runners in scoring position, 2nd in the league. Only hitter higher, Nolan Arenado.
Well, same seats. He hasn't moved. It's a good pitch.
Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
2-0, you're gearing up for 95, and you get a little loopy slider at the top of the zone, 86. I think A.J. Ellis did a nice job of making that look better than it really was.
Look out.
So quick in there. Well, this is where he usually takes a little out of his swing and goes Wade Boggs to left against a left-hander with 2 strikes. Figured that was his shot to drive the baseball, and now maybe you get a slider down and away. They wanted it down and away, but it ended up in. Good arm in right, good arm in center. And you could run on Marcel in left.
Two again. Murphy up the middle. Over to grab it, Rojas, and it gets him at first. Nats tie the game with a couple. RBIs by Goodwin and Harper. To the 7th we go.
Last 3 innings, Giancarlo Stanton 2-run homer, his 39th. There's the Marlins 2 runs in the 3rd. Tanner Roark was real good, and Adrian Sanchez has been good for a while now. Let's check out the 6th inning in case you just missed it. This is how it started. Adrian Sanchez, stay hot, leadoff double, bunt him over, and then Brian Goodwin slaps one past the diving D. Gordon. There's the first run, and then base open. And Don Mattingly chose to pitch to Bryce Harper, and Bryce did that to drive in Brian Goodwin, and there's the 2 runs for the Nats.
So for Goodwin, RBI number 29, Bryce number 87, Up to the bullpen now to keep it where it is, and first up is Brandon Kintzler. This will be his 5th Washington appearance. 4 innings, 1 hit, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts, unscored upon so far. D. Gordon against him, 1 for 4 career.
Yeah, two-seam fastball slider predominantly. Two-seam fastball 94, runs all over the place. There's a good example.
Kintzler had a walk in 1 scoreless inning, 8th inning, to keep the ball game tied before the Nats could get the go-ahead run to win it 3-2.
Yeah, for the Twins last year, he threw the fastball 88% of the time. This year, between the Twins and the Nats, 81% of the time with the fastball. Trying to get his ball club right back in the dugout, and this is huge right here, getting D. Gordon out. Next 2 guys.
2-1 pitch. Right in there. People keep asking me, why did the Twins trade Brandon Kintzler?
I don't know, when you can front hip a sinker like this.
Ooh.
Twins are right in it.
They're a game and a half out of the wild card, with Kansas City struggling a little here lately. You'd have to ask them, but that's glad that deal was made, and there's a base hit. The speed of D. Gordon is on. He's 2 for 4 tonight, doubling his hit total for the series. And regarding Kintzler, let's check in with Dan.
Bob, for those who might not be aware, Brandon Kintzler found out he was being traded to the Nationals while he was at a safari zoo with his wife. They were feeding a rhinoceros. And so there's a group of fans out there who have started calling Kintzler the Rhino. I asked him if this was okay with him the other day. He laughed. He said he totally approves of this, said at least they're not telling me I stink. But there you go. Brandon Kintzler approves of the nickname the Rhino, guys.
Group of fans or the analysts, same thing. We called him the Rhino the first time he came in. Remember, we were trying to figure out what rhinos ate?
Whatever they want, as far as I know.
Turns out they eat people.
Stanton against Kintzler. 0 for 1 in this series. 2 for 9 career. Runner on the move. It's a good throw. Right on the bag, and out is the call. Matt Wieters with an absolute bullet. And D. Gordon is not acting like he thinks he was safe.
Might have got blocked off the base and jammed his hand. Great throw by Wieters. I thought this bag was stolen. Look at the long strides by Gordon. Did his hand get in there? It looked like Daniel Murphy tagged him on the arm. But look at the view that Manny Gonzalez has. Have you ever seen an umpire get that kind of view on a steal? You can't be more on top of the play if you were making the play.
Yeah, then he takes contact from the runner.
You get it right.
They're going to challenge.
Ooh. Wow. And I think he jammed his hand on Manny Gonzalez's foot. Watch D. Gordon's right hand. First, see if he's safe or out. That's close. Now watch his right hand. Hit the umpire's foot. Maybe Manny was a little too close on that.
Yeah, Manny almost got his knee taken out there.
Stop it at the tag if you can. Right. Oh, it's hard to tell. This one will be hard to tell. You won't be able to see the tag. But you can see his hand jamming on the New Balances. Huge call in the tie game in the 7th inning. Huge. They're going to take a while in New York on this one, too, because it's super close. All right, Try to freeze it for me right here when a tag is made. It's hard to do though. Boom.
And remember, the call's out has to be totally conclusive, and he has been called out.
Look.
On the challenge.
He was. As far as we know. I don't think there was enough to overturn it. Like I said, when you overturn a call, it has to be he really blew that one. And that obvious. Huge throw by Matt Wieters and a huge out in a tie game. Wow.
So 2-4 to Murphy on that. That's so big with Stanton coming up, who can still give them the lead, but what a throw by Matt Wieters, his 15th runner caught stealing this year. 1-1 to Stanton, low and away. In this series, 3 hits, all home runs. Up the middle, and that's right where Murphy is on the shift. You don't see many against right-handed batters, but that sure worked. That's a 4-3 with an arrow slightly to the left side. Inside the numbers from PNC. Part of the plan, and what a plan it is. The 7, 8, 9 guys, whatever way you want to designate it. Look at the earned runs. Next to nothing. Doolittle gave up some, but didn't cost the Nats a game. And the hits, few and far between. These guys have been amazing.
That's not a division winning back end of the bullpen. That's an October winning back end of the bullpen.
Doolittle 6 saves. 9 on the year.
Ryan Madsen's been unreal.
Christian Yelich has been walked 3 times tonight and 6 times in this series. Hard throwing, Drew Steckenrider. Got him. Base hit, caught stealing, ground ball, strikeout. Momentum in the first base dugout, and this bullpen keeps doing it. 2-5-0 Marlins, 2-4-0 Nationals. Miami hasn't scored since the third. Nats equalized last inning. Here's Lind as Harleen Garcia is still in the game. Adam Lind 1 for 2 career against him. Not a full-blown shift lefty-lefty here, but playing Adam to pull. Outfield, though, a little swing around to the other side for Yelich in center. There he goes the other way. Can't keep Adam Lind hitless when he gets a start, can you? Now the Nats, 4 of their 5 hits in the last 2 innings.
Short stride, foot down early. Look at him get on top of that pitch to left. Shift that. So game on, leadoff man on here in the 7th for the Nats.
So they let Garcia start the inning against the lefty. They've got the hard-throwing Steckenrider for Matt Wieters. He'll be batting left-handed. Nats looking for the lead here now in the 7th. Authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. 2-5-0 each ball club. Advantage Nats, lead run aboard with good speed. Andrew Stevenson running for Lind, and here's Drew Steckenrider.
81% fastballs at 96. Slider change to complement that pitch.
Third appearance of the series, 2 scoreless innings under his belt. And a check of Stevenson, who will stay in and play left field. Wieters 1 for 2 tonight. Couple of hits, 2 walks, and RBI in the series. Way inside.
ready.
Dusty thought how he might be feeling better as the night goes on. 2-1. Said he could be a factor late in the game.
Probably been hitting the cage, getting loose. A little sweat going. Get that back nice and warm. Pretty big lead by Stevenson right now.
Holding. That one by Wieters. 2-2. Wieters high in the air to center. Christian Yelich 3/4 of the way to second. Now retreating Stevenson on the first out. Woodbridge is where the Peanuts play Monday and Tuesday. Salem in town. Monday grandstand tickets for $1 presented by the Washington Post. Tuesday grandstand tickets $2 and $2 concession specials.
Guy that can handle the bat here if you're Dusty Baker and you think Steckenrider can throw strikes. Good wheels at first. Guy that can handle the bat. Dusty likes to hit and run in these situations if he feels like he's going to get a strike. Don Mattingly checking to see if they're up to that.
Anthony Rendon coming out on deck.
Oh, here's where you do it on the 1-0 count. You're betting fastball, you're betting strike, and you're betting he can get it on the ground. We'll see. They're holding to see if Stevenson tips it off in his lead, and he didn't, so I don't think it's on. Don laughing across to Dusty.
Here he goes. Ground ball is behind him, but it's right at D. Gordon. So they had the shortstop covering with a right-handed batter. In scoring position, 2 outs.
Well, Miguel Rojas just went over and slapped D. Gordon's hand. You know why? In the late innings, you have a first and third situation if the second baseman covers. So you never want to vacate, even if you think the guy's going to hit it that way, because you expose the first and third. So they switched up the coverage and it worked. Dusty did go hit and run like I thought he would, because he likes that play. But give the Marlins credit for switching up the coverage right there. And D. Gordon staying at home and not first and third. 1 out.
Yeah, kind of the at-bat you're looking for right there.
I always like the shortstop covering late in that situation, because you can't go first to third if the ball's hit the left, but you definitely can if it's hit the right.
Rendon steps up in a pinch hitting roll and hits one deep to left. It is caught by Ozuna. 4 feet or so from the barrier. We're going to the 8th. Ryan Madson on the way. Tie game. pitched, well defensed, well played game, timely hitting may be the key down the stretch along with the Nationals bullpen. It's Ryan Madson's turn right now, and don't you feel a whole lot better about these kind of games than we did earlier in the season?
Well, yeah, I mean, just like what Ryan Madson brings to the table, you like what the bullpen's doing now. Guys are just in more familiar roles. That's what happened earlier. Guys not used to pitching the 8th or the 9th were forced into roles. So you got guys comfortable now, and it's a trickle-down theory. But yeah, another good ball game, another battle between the Nats and the Marlins.
Maybe not enough credit for Tanner Roark for getting the Nats through the first 2/3 of this game. He had a battle out there, but you look up and he's pitched 6 really great quality innings. Bullpen picking it up from there, and now it's Ryan Madson's turn as the Marlins will have Ozuna, Dietrich, and Moore up in the top of the 8th. Andrew Stevenson, as expected, stays in to play left. Ryan Madson, first appearance of this series. Even at 96, look at a little late movement to that for the swing and miss. Some kind of arm. Short right. Drifting to the line and now into foul ground, Ryan Zimmer. That was Ozuna's first career appearance against Madson. It'll be so as well for Derek Dietrich. Got around late. Ball drifting toward the seat. Stevenson, just no room. There's an X5. Told you about the pitching matchups for the weekend. Edwin Jackson, Max Scherzer on Friday and Saturday. And then after a day off Monday, following the Giants series, the Angels will be here for 2. That'll be a quick turnaround Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon. Junichi Tozawa next for the Marlins. Nats will have the top of the order up in the bottom of the 8th. Uncertain swing on a nasty curve. A 100 on the Ryan Madson fastball.
Did you see the Nats nickname jerseys? They came out this week. They showed
Seen a few of them.
what their nicknames are going to be. That's August 25th through the 27th, where they're going to have their nicknames on the back of some, I think, cool looking jerseys. They're navy blue. He's got Big Kid on the back of his. You know, if it was a road game, and is it? I'm trying to think. Where are we?
I think we're back home that weekend.
Yeah, he's going to be Blue Eye.
Mets in that weekend after the road trip.
But, you know, if it was a road game, since Bryce gets booed everywhere, I thought he should have went with He Hate Me. Remember that from the XFL? Yeah, big kid on the back of his. Blue Eye Scherzer, I think, is funny. Wieters is Weedy, W-I-E-T-Y.
I
think the league was strict on what they could put on there, because I feel like if you let players really put what they want on the back of their jersey. What's Gio have? I'm looking right now. Double G.
3-2 again, and Ryan Madson just blows it by Derek Dietrich at 97 for the second out.
Yeah, he just comes right after you, and the off speed is pretty impressive too. But when you're talking about 96 to 100 and that tall, he's right on top of you. Washington area Toyota dealers help children and their families by making a $37 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season.
Whoa. Off speed, and the curveball didn't do much of anything and went right over the helmet of Tyler Moore.
I think Adam Eaton's is the best. It says Mouse. M-O-U-S-E.
Now that is some jammage, and that doesn't feel very good at all. Inning over. Foul out. Strikeout. Strikeout. Madson continues his great work. So here we come. Top of the order. Goodwin. Then the speed of Defoe. And then Bryce.
They're hoping leads to a Curly W. 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $250 to the Children's National Health System for the first 200 home runs hit by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing.
Junichi Tazawa for Miami appeared in Game 1, 7th inning on Monday night and worked a 1-2-3 against Murphy, Rendon, and Wieters, who get the top of the order here. Goodwin, Defoe, Harper.
A fastball, slider, curveball split, primarily fastball split. Fastball 57% of the time at 93. Splits at 87.
Brian Goodwin 0 for 1 career against the 31-year-old right-hander from Yokohama. There he is, Sean Doolittle, the Nats' 9th inning guy. He'll come in. Even if the Nats don't take the lead here, they'd love to make it a safe situation. On the grass at third, Dietrich. And Goodwin eyes it all the way in, just missing away. There's a long one to right. High in the air. If fair, see you later. Three-two Nats on Goodwin's 13th.
That was cool. Who is this Brian Goodwin? And man, does he have some pop in his bat. Such an easy, smooth swing and left-handed approach. Watch this. I mean, we've seen this so much. Watch how smooth. Just drop the barrel on the ball. Not a whole lot to it. Little knee tuck and go. See you later.
He does have a single tonight, but quite frankly, he's a leadoff guy who specializes in extra base hits.
He's just got thunder in his bat, and it's so smooth and effortless. I mean, that's upper tank to make it 3-2 and give the ball to a kid, right? Yes. Look at the
perfect ending.
All right.
Defoe gets jammed. Race on to first. Tough play. Safe is the call. Took Tyler Moore a second to get it out of his first baseman's mitt, and the speed of Defoe. The Marlins used their challenge earlier tonight.
They can ask for a crew review now if they want. I thought he was safe initially. There's a little double pump right there from Tyler Moore, and did he beat it? Did Tazawa touch the bag? Negative.
No. Would have been out.
Might have been.
Homer, single, Harper. Now the Nats looking for add-on runs. This is Tazawa's inning. No activity in the Miami bullpen. Price 0 for 1 with a walk career against the right-hander.
I did not see 13 home runs for Brian Goodwin coming this year. I mean, he was a guy last year that the more we saw, the more we liked, right? Initially, you're thinking, oh, it's a good ball player. And then we saw him at the end of last year. Wow, this guy can play a little bit.
Yeah.
Had opportunity with a couple of center fielders going down.
Hard hit, but at the shortstop, Rojas, who turns a 6-3 double play. 30 RBIs for Brian Goodwin.
I just didn't know he had that thunder, and it's effortless. I mean, we see guy after guy in this league swinging so hard and falling down. You think of Javier Baez and guys like that. And the opposite of a Javier Baez swing is what you just saw. Just get your foot down early, drop the barrel on the baseball. You know, the other night, a double over left fielder's head, a double over the right fielder's head. Now tonight, a home run to put him ahead in the 8th. It's just such a sweet, effortless swing that has a lot of pop in it.
Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 2 with a walk. 1 for 1 with a homer against Tazawa.
I mean, he might flirt with 20 this year. Depending on playing time.
Yeah, when Taylor gets back, interesting to see how Dusty will handle things with certain right-handers and certain lefties pitching. One to Zimmerman. It's Tazawa's 7th home run given up this year in 34 innings. Nats lead the league with 169.
I wonder what Sean Doolittle was thinking as that ball was in the air. Like, yeah, let's go.
Closers like saves. On a pitch up. Oh my goodness, the barrel of the bat flew into the Miami dugout. They were ducking. Yelich makes the catch. Lots of thunder from the leadoff spot. Goodwin does it again. Things like that can make a kid a baseball fan for life.
He looks like he's got a 90s cell phone. Look at that. It's a Zach Morris phone. Hey, you're on. You caught a ball.
Nats Extra Postgame Show presented by WB Mason, Johnny and Ray. Waiting for Sean Doolittle to get his thing going here in the top of the 9th. That's when this one's over. Will Goodwin's 2 RBIs be the difference tonight?
Check out the bullpen. First, Brandon Kinsler, nasty sinker right there. He would go 1 inning, strike out 1. No hits, no runs, and Ryan Madsen is absolutely filthy. I'll put him up against anybody with this stuff right now. Triple-digit fastball, nasty curve, nasty change. So he struck out a couple. His ERA is at 1.71. And here comes Sean. 33rd appearance. League hitting 176 against the fastball slider change combination. Fastball 90% of the time.
A.J. Ellis faces him for the first time. Sanchez even with a bag at third. Strike call. Overpowered him into a pop-up. Ryan Zimmerman, 1 out. Here's Miguel Rojas, also seeing Doolittle for the first time. And he's going to drop one right down the line, fair. Stevenson hustling. No way to keep the hitter, though, with good speed from going to second. And that's the tying run with 1 out on a flare just inside the line.
And bat died a hero, tying run in scoring position. Now JT Real Muto stepping in the box. It was hit so softly, allowed him to get to second. Stevenson was hustling down there, trying to hold him to a single, but no shot.
Another hitter facing Doolittle for the first time. Their starting catcher, who until this point had the night off. Busted bat to the right side. Murphy to a knee. 2 down. Third base, Rojas.
Well, here you go, D. Gordon. Contact guy, left on left, tying run on third, 2 outs. Got to take away the bunt right here.
Crowd of 23,904 tonight. D. Gordon 2 for 4 this evening. And the first time he faces Doolittle. Swing and a miss. 96. They're doing the do. And D. Gordon left the strike zone for that. That's 2-2. And D. Gordon just able to get a piece of it.
Weeder's out there to discuss, do you want to throw another fastball? You want to throw a wrinkle in here? What do you feel comfortable with? And if it is a fastball, where do you want to throw it? Climb the ladder here? See if he'll chase up. He chased up a few in this sequence. And here we go.
D. Gordon now in 2-strike mode, making contact.
Say you throw one high here. Higher than that if you can.
To left. Stevenson, yes! He did it! Andrew Stevenson saves the game, possibly. Was it fair? Was it foul? He was playing that way, and he makes a spectacular catch.
How about that? You come into a big league game, guess what? The ball will find you, and that was way fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 3 bases, maybe 4, who knows? If he doesn't come up with it, make him beat you shallow. And look at the catch by Stevenson. Fully extended, that ball's tailing away from him. It would have been down the corner, game winner. Drive home safely, everybody. Curly W, the Nats go to 15 games up, and look at Sean Doolittle. What a play, what a play.
Sean Doolittle, 7 saves with the Nats already. His 10th of the year overall. The Nats win the series, 3-1. Wow.